Oh, and when you were speaking about the Kundalini rising to the pineal gland, right? I was reading something where even in science, like Psychology Today had an article saying that this is where the soul, quote unquote, the way they say it, it meets the mind, right? That's what the scientific explanation said. So I wanted you to kind of dive into it from a spiritual perspective, from a Brhamanda Yog perspective, where what is the pineal gland's actual role in meditation?
Let me explain both the medical and the spiritual role both. Because ever since the advent of our modern science and understanding the endocrine glands, pineal gland was hardly even talked about. Because I remember one of the pharmacology or professors coined this phrase that pituitary gland is the bandmaster of hormonal orchestra. Pituitary gland being the most superior one. In the last little while, the significance of pineal gland has been more studied, and we have found that it is one of the most important glands. Spiritually, in our scriptures and in Brhamanda Yoga, we have understood the significance of this. This is where your higher, the purest, higher self lies. In scriptures, it is mentioned as the Nilpurush, your higher, purest self. And this is where we connect in our meditations. So, and in today's world, with all the chemicals that we are exposed to, the pineal gland becomes solidified at a very early age. And now, to understand where does this pineal gland lie? To understand, it's the size of a pea.
It gets like calcified?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll explain that, but let's understand where the pineal gland lies first.
Right.
So pineal gland is the size of a pea, and it hangs from the center of the brain. And to understand more where it lies, if I took a long needle and stuck it in my ear, coming out of the other one, and I stuck a needle here in the center above my nose between the two eyes, and it comes out from here, where these two pins or needles will meet, intersect just below the brain. That is the location of pineal gland, just to have a rough understanding. And as I was mentioning that from a very young age, with all the fluorides and chlorides we're exposed to, the pineal gland gets calcified, solidified. So in our Brhamanda Yoga, it is very essential to reawaken and revitalize the pineal gland, because it is going to play one of the most important roles in the evolution in our growth as we progress through our sadhana, through our meditations. And this will lead one of the most important roles in the process of self-realization.
So that's why a lot of the vibrational sounds that we make and we direct it towards the pineal gland. This is supposed to decalcify it.
That's one of the ways, definitely. Because again, that's another big topic for maybe a podcast or some of other videos, is that mantras. So there are different kinds of mantras. And one of the mantras, one kind, I can explain, is called Bij mantra or the seed mantra, where they have no meaning. It's just the sound, the vibration. And once again, even the Bij mantras can be found anywhere. You can find them on YouTube videos, you can find them in books, or anywhere. But for a mantra to work, it should be again taken as a blessing from a guru. Because a guru has chanted it so much that he has become one with the mantra. And when he graces you, he initiates you and blesses you with this mantra, it's like a seed. It plants the seed within you, And when you chant this mantra more and more, the seed germinates and grows up to be a plant and a tree. So some of the mantras, when projected properly to your pineal gland and your brain, does help in the revival and rejuvenation of your pineal gland for sure.